Hello everyone. Before we go for the session and before I talk about the workout, I'm going to start with few interesting questions. And do you know how much distance a midfielder run during a 90 minute? Do you know how much water they lost during the 90-minute game and how much they need after the game? And the last question, what did you guys eat in the lunch? So we're going to answer. So before we answer these questions, you guys need to answer in the comment box, and we're going to talk about these questions with our guest in between the session. And welcome to our episode 7 BBFS Masterclass series. And today we have a special guest who played I-League, who played Isil, and I'm going to welcome Rohit Kumar with us. Welcome Rohit.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I think I'm I'm doing very good, and I think it's almost a very long time we met. I think last time we met in 2013 when we were in under 19 ID. So how are you feeling after coming back to the BBFS?
I'm very happy and excited to be back here, and I'm looking forward for the session with you.
Okay, that's great. So I hope first of all, thank you for being a great audience. And I'm sure you guys wait for every weekend for our workout. So today also there is a special workout and there are a lot of questions we're going to talk about the journey of Rohit Kumar and what the midfielder need, right, to become a professional player. So we talk about a lot of questions about his journey. So few precautions I'm going to talk. First of all, never work out empty stomach. Make sure you always had something, a good lunch, a good carbohydrate filled lunch. And if you had lunch like 3 or 4 hours before the session, then make sure you have a snack like banana or something 30 minutes before the session. Have at least 500 ml of water 1 hour before the session. And then after the workout, we're going to talk about during the session. So are you ready, Rohit?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So today we're going to work on endurance and some strength exercises. So I've designed few exercises for you. So I hope you're working out these days.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So I brought some exercises. I hope you like it and try to include in your routine. Right. So as usual, we're going to start with our warm up. So today I didn't done my workout yesterday, so I'm going to work out today. And so we start with first warm up. The first one is like the midfield. We go like this. Okay. So I hope you guys are ready. Yeah. So we start with passing. We go with ground pass. So this is we're going to do for 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. Next. We go with the aerial pass. Okay, so I think this is tuck, and then we go for the aerial receive at the same time. So we go 5-5 for both legs. Okay, so we go 1 and then come back. We go 1 and then we come back. 1 and then come back. 1 and then come back. 1 and then last one. Okay, we go change the leg now. We go 1 and then come back. So this exercise you guys are also familiar with. This can kind of a hip in and hip out exercises, but we are trying to combine as the midfielder need to work out on these more because he has to play ground passes more and you have to play the aerial passes also, right? Okay, so we go stretch laterally side. We go like this. We go 5-5 on each side. Okay. Now, shake. Right. Next, you go for the stepping. Okay. So you start with the right leg. We go front. We go back, and then we hold like this.
Okay.
Okay. So we go 5-5 on both sides. Ready? So you go 1, back, hold. Right. So again 1, back, hold. So go 1, back, hold. Go 1, hold. Go front, back, and hold. We go front, back, hold. We go front, back, and hold. Last one. And now I think we got some more. Okay, so we're going to stretch our hamstring. I think very important to stretch the hamstring like this. We go change leg. We go three times on each side. Oof, 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 oof. Yes. Okay, let's stretch knee. Hold. Again. Hold. We stretch just now. We stretch the quad muscle. Up. Okay. So now this time we trying to stretch. We rotate. I think just bring this forward. Yes. So we go on this side and bring the, so you can bring that just like this. Okay. So we go from here, we go try and touch the ankle. Okay. From there, touch the ankle. So we go for the full rotation. Yes. So we go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is a very good exercise because your abductor is moving this side. So it's a nice stretch on your abductor and you get a nice rotation in your drum and nice stretch on this side. Okay, we go there. Exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes. So now I'm feeling light. Are you feeling?
Yes, good.
Yes, good. Okay. The last one we go for the super stretch. So I think I have shown this. Now you can go in this way. Exactly. Yes. So you bring one leg forward. Yes. And the elbow should be like this. Like this. Exactly. And from here we go up this way. All the way up. Exactly. So this is called the super stretch because you're stretching your hamstring, you're stretching your hip flexor this side, and then you're also giving a nice stretch to your arm and the torso, especially the rotation of your back muscle. So you go last one and down. Nice. How are you feeling? You warm up now?
Yes.
Okay. So when we were talking about the questions that I asked, so we're going to get the answer from Rohit. And while I was talking about those eating good and having water, how much water you lost during, because when we are working out, still we are losing water because when we sweat, we lose water.
Yes.
Right? So now is a break. We're going to have some water and we'll talk about the questions. So, yes, Rohit, I think I would like to, I've heard this and I am very excited to know this. You used to play the cricket, right?
Yes.
Before, yeah. So, I want to know like how did you change into the football? Like what created your interest to come in football?
I started playing as a cricket. I changed my school. After that, I went to the CRP public school and there was a football culture out there, and that's why I started playing football. And there were so many good players were there in our school, and we used to win so many trophies and medals.
That's great.
So our school team was quite good in Delhi, and they used to win so many tournaments out there. So after that I got interest to play football.
Play football.
Yes.
So I think it's a very great genuine act after switching to the football. And one thing I can Sure, and one thing I actually understanding from your words is that culture is very very important,
Yes,
right? So if someone needs to get into football or any kind of a sport, so I think the culture is very very important to succeed in that sport, and what kind of people are there to make you successful. Yes, right? Okay, that's great. So next, we are going for our circuit. Okay. So for that we don't need mat, we just push it back, right? Okay, for the next activity is a kind of activity that I have designed for the midfielder, and we have seen this one before. These activities can be done with the partner or can be done without the partner, or if you have a ball, it's good. If you don't have the ball, no issue. I am going to show you how you can do this at home. Okay, so for this you just need 2 markers. Okay, and like I said, we are working on the endurance, so every activity we have to extend the time of activity with little less in between, so you can work on the aerobic capacity. Okay, so this one we're going to go sideways. Okay, so we start from here, so we go we move and then pass, we move and then pass. Okay, so you can go up to your intensity. Okay, and if you don't have the ball, no issue, you can just go with the movement. Okay, if you have the ball or the partner, then this is how you can do it. Okay, ready? Let's go. Yes, let's play. Right. Let's go. Good. Let's play. Good. Let's go. Good. Yes. Good. Okay. So there's double demo. Right. So I'm going to start now. So we do this for the 1 minute continuously, because we are working on the aerobic capacity, and the thing is we are doing indoor, so we try to keep the rest at the good amount. We are not going with the quick activities and all. So you also have to, it's up to you. If you want the rest, take the rest, don't rush it up. Okay, so ready? Let's go. Start. 2, 1. Good. Let's go. Start. Good. Let's go. Good. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Up. Good. 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 Well done. Good. 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 Okay. Last 30 seconds. Come on. Last 30 seconds. Yeah. Good. And go. Back. And move. Good. Go. Good. Yes. Good. 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 1. Last 10. Yes. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And that's it. Well done. So, I think, how are you feeling? So,
Second breath is coming now.
second breath is coming now. So definitely this is what we are actually working on. And if we talk about the strength, so definitely when you go into the small steps, you definitely feel some tension in your calf muscle, in your ankle, and if you bend down, then you definitely feel some tension in your quad muscles also. So yes, for 1 minute, now we could take the rest a bit, because we are working endo, right? And so the next activity, we do the mountain climber. You know mountain climber?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just bring this here only. Yeah. So next one, we go for the mountain climber. Now this one is a very intense exercise. You can adjust the intensity of this exercise according to you. Okay. So ready? Yes. So this is the position of yours. You have to keep your back straight, arms straight. Okay, and the shoulder width. Okay, you bring one leg. So can you show the demo? 1, 2. That's it. So try to go towards the elbow with your knees when you're doing this. Ready? So this is we're going to do for at least 30 seconds. You can increase the time if you're already doing the workout, and intensity depends on you. Ready? Let's go. So this will give a good tension in your shoulders, This will give a good tension in your arms. This will give you good tension in your back. And you're working on your leg muscles also. So it will give a good tension in your core also. Like that. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Relax. So, like we are saying, we are working on the endurance. You can increase the timing according to yourself. You can go for the 45 seconds. You can go for the 1 minute. It's up to you. Okay. It depends on your capability. How far you can go with this. Right. Okay. Take rest. So, if you want water, you can have a sip. It's not an issue. Yes, we can drink water whenever you want water. You can drink it in between the session or in between any exercise. After any exercise, you can have water. So I want to ask just a general question. How do you know how much water you have lost during the game?
Actually, in professional life, we have to before the match, we used to use our means we have to wait our before going to the match. We have to weight ourselves how much it is.
Okay.
If it is less 70 kgs, and after the match it is reduced to 67 something. So we have to
drink that much
amount of water.
Exactly. So this is what we are actually doing. We wait all the players before the session. So, and we wait after the game. So if the difference is like 2 kgs or 3 kgs, if the player lost the weight, so I think that much of water.
That much water you have to.
Okay, so if you lost 2 kgs, then you have to drink 2 kg. If you lost 3, then you have to drink, or maybe sometimes a 500 ml extra you can add. Right? That's good. So if that's why we are saying you have to keep drinking, because while doing the workout you lose weight. So let's go on the next one. Okay. So next one, I'm going to add another one in this. You can shift here. So midfielder need to press off in the midfield and have to go for very short sprints, right? So this is where we're going to show. I'll show you what you have to do. Okay. So you start from this angle. Okay. So I want to go move, come back, move, come back, and then in the center. Okay. So I play the ball to go tuck, 1. Okay. So maybe you can go 2 times, 1 and 2, and then you can come back, and then again. So this is we're going to do for 1 minute. Your intensity up to you, how you going to do it. Okay. Now the variation in this exercise, we can go with 2 variations. So if you don't have the ball, don't have no partner with you, what you can do? You can go back. You can go this side. You can again come back. You can go for the heading. Okay, so this is explosive one you can do, but again you can go 1, 2, 3, come back in the middle and go for the heading. So that if you don't have partner and ball, you can go with this one. Okay, but if you have, it's good. You can go like this. Ready? This one. Go. Yes. You need to bend your knees a bit. Yes. Okay. Come in the middle. Then go tuck and tuck. Good. Let's go. Easy. Tuck. Tuck. Let's go. Okay. 1 and 2. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, up, 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 up. This is another variation that you can use with the partner. Back, go, back. Good. Okay, last 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright. So the small movement, again putting tension on your calf muscles, ankle, and your small muscles that you have in your like Achilles and all, right? So this is the movement that you can do, and if you don't have ball, you can go with the heading movement, or again you can add one extra pressing element in this. Okay. So what do you think about this one? It's
Good drill. Good drill for the endurance, you know.
Okay.
For the fast feet and all.
Yes. So if you have a bigger space or maybe the garden, then maybe they can increase
Yeah.
the distance, right? But if you at home, I think this much of setup is just you just need a one yard on each side and you can go with this, right? So another one we go, but this one is a bit different. Okay. So here's a ball. Here's the two markers for you. A bit there. Okay. And there. Right. This is the reaction drill, okay, especially for the midfield, how they have to react quickly on the call, how they have to react quickly on the basis of the movements in the game. So what you have to do is you just stay with the ball. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is 1.
Okay.
This is 2. Okay. This is up and this is down. So I try to go different ball. So when you're doing the tic tacs, okay, so I'll say 1. So what you have to do, you have to go touch 1 and then again come back. When I say 2, come. So you have to listen to my call and then do this. If I say up, you go up and then again. If I say down, then you go for down. Okay, quick. So this is we're going to do for the 1 minute again. Ready? Okay, let's go. 1. Good. 2. 1. 2. Down. Yeah. Up. 2. Down. 1. Yeah. Up. Good. Down. 2. Good. 1. Go. Down. Yes. Last 5. Up. Go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is the reaction drill. Player need to react on this. Okay. But if you are alone, okay, if you don't have someone who can call these 1, 2 and up and down, what you can do on yourself, right? So you can, it's not every time you need people to call the number or the different up and down and this. What you can do, you can go 1, 2, 3, so you can 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, you can go up quickly, 1, 2, 3. What you can do after every 5 tic tac, you can go 1, after every 5 tic tac you can go 2, or you can combine yourself with the different movements. Okay, so if you have a partner, it's good. If you don't have a partner, no problem. And if you don't have ball, then what you can do? What you should do if you don't have ball? So the simple thing, the movement you are doing is just jogging, right? So you can go with the jog, 1, 2, go up, down, quick. So this is again an endurance exercise that you can go with for 1 minute, and up to you how many minutes you can go with on depending on your quality. Right. So let's have some. You can have some water now. We need water when we are doing the exercise. So make sure whenever you have a break, make sure you go with at least 2 or 3 gulps of water. Right. Okay. So I think the questions that I have asked at the beginning of the session. So coming back to the same. Have you ever checked like how much distance you have covered in the game?
Yes.
How did you check it?
In our club, there is a GPS.
Okay.
From there, we can calculate our distance and the high speed running,
Okay.
whatever acceleration, deceleration, everything we can calculate. And so during the match, we used to wear that. And after that, after the game, we used to see how much distance we have covered in a game.
I hope you guys written down your answers in the chat box. So let's confirm whether you're right or wrong. So how much distance if you have calculated your distance, so what average distance you have covered in 90 minutes?
Mostly, if it is a high intensity match, midfielder should cover around 11.5 to 12 kilometers.
Okay.
And obviously, it depends on the match.
Yes.
So, if it is a high intensity match, we have to run too much. If we are losing the ball, we have to run too much.
Exactly.
So, it depends on the match also.
So you got your answer. If you got the right answer, then definitely it's good one. So you earned your point. So on average, a midfielder run at least 11 kilometer in the game. On average, yes, 11 to 12 kilometer in the game. And sometimes it depends on what kind of a game you're playing. More defensively, then you have to run a lot in the transitions and all. So congratulations if your answer is correct. Okay, and another question that I want, like, what do you eat basically? Like before coming to the breakfast, what do you have?
Usually before the session or before the workout or before the match, I used to eat balanced diet. As in a balanced diet, it covers protein, it covers carbs, it covers vitamin, it covers everything. So, but before the match, we have to take more of carbs because that gives us energy in our muscle to run more. So carbs help us to run more. So I eat most of the time carbs before the workout.
Okay, so great. So I think you have an answer. I've asked
and you can eat in carbs. You can have rice. You can have quinoa. You can have brown rice. You can have pasta.
Definitely.
So that will help you.
These are the food that contains high carbohydrates. Right? And sometimes if you have having the pasta and all, these are the complex carbohydrates they have. Right. So I hope, like I have asked you what you have eat. So if you have ate something what Rohit said, so I think again the congratulations, you are on the right track in terms of diet. And definitely when you are going for the workout, you should eat more and more carbohydrate at least 3 hours or 2.5 hours before the workout. 3 hours, right? And if you're going for the big game or the match, then 3 hours is the ideal time to have the do you have ever pre-match meal or something?
Pre-match meal, I used to have banana and beetroot juice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and more of water or electrol or anything.
Okay. So this is another thing that you should take down in your list. Whenever you're having workout and you're coming for this, make sure half an hour or 45 minutes before you can have a banana. Okay. So and you can make sure you drink at least 500 ml of water before the workout. Right, so we are moving on to the next set of our exercise. Right, so we go again, okay? So, yeah, so we go touch, and then we go. So again we go for the 1 minute. Ready? Yes, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Take, relax, 30 more seconds, working, good one, keep working, relax, keep breathing, don't forget to breathe when going, okay, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and well done. I think this is a good exercise you can do at home, even if you don't have partner, right? So it will give you a good breath in this. Okay, we go for the next one. You can have 15-second rest for this. We go for the mountain climb. Okay, get ready for the mountain climb. This time you guys can increase your intensity. Okay, Rohit will go up his intensity. Ready, Rohit?
Yes.
Let's go. Yeah, 30 seconds we go. So be ready with your questions. If you have questions for Rohit and me, post it in the comment box. We're definitely going to answer as many as we can after the session. And the challenge, you have to look at the challenge today. I'm definitely going to give you a good and 2, 1 and stop. Right. So today's challenge is very, very interesting and it's going to surprise the Rohit also. This is something we haven't done till now. So it's going to be a good challenge today. That's great. Okay. So now we go. 15-second rest. Let's go for the diagonal move. Yeah. Okay, so we do this exercise with different variations before we go with the lower ones and high. Now this time we go with the chest and then receiving. Okay, receiving and then the ball.
Or standing better than standing.
Okay. Ready? Let's go. And go. 1 minute. Go. 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 You can combine with heading also. So next we go head. Standing head. Let's go. Yes. Tuck. Move. Go. Chest. Go. Left. Right. Go. Quick. Go. And headache. Go. Left. Move. There's chest. Go. Run. Okay. Last 6. Go. Head. Go. Go. Move. Tuck. Tuck. Lock. Yes. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Everyone. Nice. So there are a lot of variations in this that you have done. Okay, that we have showed you, and without ball also you can add a lot of things. The main part is the movement of yours when you go for the press, when you're coming back and then again you go for the press. Focus on that movement, stay low, okay, so you can actually feel some tension in your calf muscle, in your quad muscles and all. Okay, so now we're going to move on the next one there, and we'll show you one exercise. We're going to ask what Rohit actually doing his routine basically. Okay, so the last one, move. Okay, ready? Right. Let's go. Quick. Now, okay. Now we can change it bit. We go toe taps. Can you go toe taps? Go up. Yes, exactly. Right. So, okay. 1. Yeah. 2. Okay. Can we make a bit interesting for this? Let's change a bit. Okay. So when I say 1, you have to go on 2. When I say 2, you have to go on 1. When I say up, you have to come down. And when I say down, you have to go up. So opposite of everyone. Let's see whether you can do it. Yes. Ready? Let's go. 1. Yeah, nice. Down. Yes. Up. Good. 1. Up. Yes. 2. Good. Down. Last one. Last one. 3, 2, 1. And stop. Well done. Good one. So this is an interesting exercise. If you have a partner, you can do with your partner, and there is a call. You can play the game who can take more actions quickly, and the correct actions you can include this one. Okay, if you don't have, no problem, you don't have the ball, but still you can go without ball and without partner in this one. Right, so this is the great I think session, right? So you can look at him, he's sweating all the way. So definitely it's a nice session. Right, so you can have some water and then we go and talk. So you played a midfielder, okay? I have seen you playing attacking midfielder. I have seen you playing defensive midfielder also. And when you started as a defensive midfielder. So which one you prefer more?
I prefer more as a defensively, but as coach wants whatever he wants. If he wants me to go forward and help the attack, I'll try to play attacking. And if he wants me to help the defense, I'll play defensively. So it depends on our strategy and it depends on our coach play, what he wants.
So this is not something the role specific, right? Because if it depends on the coach demand. If the coach says okay, you have to go more attacking, so you go for attacking. If you have to stay with the defense line, you stay with the defense line. So I think it's a very good answer from him, because sometimes people think if they are playing the midfielder, so they have to play more defensive midfielder. So everyone takes as a defensive role.
Defensive midfielder have to work both offensive and defensive.
Exactly.
He have to help the attack. He have to help the defense. So it is like what we call it's a backbone of our team. So if midfielder is good, the team will follow.
Yes, definitely. Right. So any exercise that you want to give to our audience from your routine?
I have been doing upper body as for the muscle growth, and so for the explosive I do clapping push-up, and if there is a ball I try to play with the ball, 2 touches, 3 touches.
Can you show both of your exercise?
So I'll do first clapping push-up.
Okay.
So clapping push-ups will be it will be like.
Okay. That's nice. So this is very good for the shoulders and the chest, right?
For the core also.
Okay.
And with the ball, if there is a cone, I'll put there the cone and I'll do the ball. I touch, I go there, I touch, I go there. I use both feet.
Right, and I think it's a very, very important. The midfielder needs to be very good with both feet, right?
Yeah, technical ability should be there.
Yes, definitely. They need to be very strong in the technical ability. Right, that's great. So I think let's do some cool down. Okay, and after the cool down, we're going to have the challenge, and then we take up some questions from the audience. Okay, so we just move a bit. Okay, maybe just come down and we go for reflection, because we have worked a lot on this. We can come a bit back and forward, and change the leg, and this back, forward, right. Okay, we go. Can sit down now. This, you can move, touch. Change leg, touch, then back, and change, down. Okay, next last one. B, going to change like this and try to go straight. So this is a very good exercise for your glutes, like this. Okay, and the same one. No. Yeah, so just move and go like this. Just change leg, move, bring this and forward. Okay, go up. Stretch. So feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor on this side. Okay, and straight up, straight, go, and let's come. That's nice. Okay, so that was the end of our workout. Okay, and it's time for the challenge. So this challenge is basically is a bucket challenge. I hope you guys have heard it. And why I brought this challenge for Rohit, because he's a midfielder. He has to deal with a lot of accurate passes. So let's see how accurate he is today. Yes. So here's this, and Rohit gonna get the 5 chances to complete it. In 5 chances, you have to at least 2 times put the ball there. Now the challenge is basically you can go till there by juggling, and I failed. We have to pass the ball inside.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the last line for you. After this, you cannot cross. Yes. So ready? You guys, let's go. 5 chance. Let's go. 2 times at least. Whoosh, 1. There's a 1 chance, 3 more left, and 1 more to go. Woo! 2. Let's see how many out of 2 now. Last one. 3. That's a great one. So Rohit completed 3 out of 5. So let's see how much you guys complete. Can anyone do 5 out of 5? What do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's see. So please post your videos if you complete the challenge on our Facebook and Instagram page, and there you see we post our FB page in our stories, definitely. So I think it's time to take the questions there. So first question I would like to ask, like, how was the experience when you went for the trials, when you went for the professional trials? So how was your first experience there?
Experience was really good because there are so many players and they have came from all over the India, and I went to the Pune FC trial first trial, and there was 800 kids out there, and
800.
Yeah, so in there it was very difficult to get selected, and you have to play in your high capacity,
Okay.
and you have to show the coach that whether you are good enough or not. So mostly in trials, usually coaches look in the kids like technical ability, watches the game sense he have, tactical ability. He is good with the both feet or no. His awareness is good or no. So that developed him as a player, and
That's great. So apart from the tactical and the physical abilities, what else the coaches look for in the player?
his discipline, I can say. If he's mature to take this game and follow his passion, so he have to be disciplined every day, and he have to follow what coach is telling. He have to listen to the coaches, what coach is guiding him.
So I think he also gave the same answer. I've asked the same question to the Gaurav also, the last session. So you know now how much the discipline is very, very important in players' life. I think, and this is something you have to bring in you as a player, and for the longer term, it will make you the hero, right?
Yes.
If you won't become a professional player, but definitely discipline can make you a good human being, right? Okay, and you have represented India under 19. You have represented India under 23. Okay, so any great moment from the national team?
I can say in under 19, we went to Nepal, but unfortunately we lost the final in SAP Cup under 19.
Okay.
But in the semi-final, in the first game, I guess I assist one assist, and in the semi-final game, Bangladesh, I scored the penalty. So it was a very good moment.
Okay, so that's a great. Okay. And any moment from the ISL and the IU?
I can say first ISL when I played, I scored 2 goals. I scored against ATK, and it was very memorable goal for me as well. And that year we went to semi-final in ISL,
Right.
so it was a memorable season for me. But I am looking forward for the next season, and I want to better every season and score more goals and try to win the trophy.
Definitely. So I think it's a great story of Rohit and great answers, some good answers we got from him. Now it's time to take the audience questions and let's answer them.
So, Anup sir, question for you from Karan Maktu. He wants to know that what do you want to see in a midfielder while scouting players?
That's a great question actually. So when I go for the scouting and when I'm looking for the midfielders, so first thing that I look for is the body shape and the awareness, how much they are scanning, how much they are aware of their surrounding, how they find space and how they actually look and try to get off those pressures from the midfield area. So these are the few things, and it basically when I go for the senior players, but definitely when I look for the younger age groups. So one thing that I feel, because that is a natural, when player is actually looking for the shoulder, he's aware of the team, no matter whether he's technically good or not, but if he's aware where he's standing and keep checking his shoulder, so that's the first thing I look into the player. And the one important part that I look is the aggressiveness in him, because midfielder needs to be aggressive, right? So mentally they have to strong. It cannot be like मेरे से ball छूट गई यार तो and start blaming others and all. And so they have to be positive.
React after losing the ball.
Exactly. So they have to be positive attitude. They have to keep the positive attitude towards the player and have to be aggressive when they are playing. These are the things that I look for in midfielder.
So, question for Rohit. Puju asked that what do you do while recovering from an injury?
Basically, injury is the worst part in for a footballer or for an athlete. It is a very difficult phase for injury when we get injury. So in injury, we have to be motivated. We have to take care of our body. Whatever injured, whatever happened to you, you have to listen to the physio. You have to ice it. You have to recover. You have to do swimming. So whatever physio tells you to do, you have to listen to him and be positive, because it will heal one day and it will be fine and you will start playing.
Exactly. I think a lot of players just give up, right?
Yeah.
Because
it is a part of game. I can say it is a part of game in professional life. So we have to deal as a professional. So we have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more question to Rohit by Puju. He wants to know your role model as a defensive midfielder.
Earlier it was Pirlo. Now I can say I look most of the time to Paul Pogba. So yeah.
So again, one more question for Rohit. So he wants to know, Arambija wants to know how should one improve his vision playing as a midfielder?
In midfield area it is a very tight space. So you have to, the vision should be good. You have to aware whether what is happening around in the midfield. So you have to check yourself. You have to analyze yourself mostly. If you are playing a match, you have to analyze whatever you are doing, what you are doing wrong or you are doing right. So you have to go and ask the coaches. Coach, I want to work on my vision and I want to work on my awareness. So basically, you have to check the shoulders every time. You have to see if there is pressure coming from behind. You have to see whatever is the next phase. If the player is coming from behind, I have to play fast. I don't have to control the ball and play. So that will help.
Yeah.
Okay. So question for Anup sir and Rohit both. So Deepthi wants to know how did Anup sir you scouted Rohit and BBFS?
From where I've scouted, I think I've seen the same game where the Bhutia was playing. I think the last time I answered. So I think they were playing a game, school game, CRPF, but they were playing in the Ambedkar Stadium against in a school tournament, and he was also in the CRPF Rohini there. So I have scouted 2-3 players from there, so and Rohit was one of them from there. And the same thing that what the Rohit is explaining, I have seen him that time. So that's why from where I have scouted the Rohit.
So, question for Rohit again. Sunny wants to know how did you prepare mentally after losing the Under-19 SAF Cup final?
It was very heartbroken that time because we lost the final game against Nepal. And Nepal was the home host that day, that in that tournament. So because see in sports there is always bad time and good time. So it doesn't. You have to go through it, and you don't have to think about the loss. You have to think forward, and you have to go through it.
Yeah.
And you have to think about the future, and that is coming. So you have to positive. You have to be positive.
Yes.
So seems Rohit, you have a good amount of fan following. So your friend Gaurav Bhura wants to know who has been your toughest challenge as an opponent in Isil.
Basically, I play in midfield, so I can say from Chennai FC, Rafael Augusto, and this year it was Carvajal maybe. Rafael from Chennai only. So yeah.
He's a great player. Yes.
So one last question from Rohit. So Rohit, Akash wants to know that you have been part of Gadwal Under-19 as well in I-League. So how was your experience in there?
I guess I played very long back, I guess in 2020, 13 or 14 I guess. So that time I was in school I guess. So it was a good experience to play from Gadwal. We went to Jharkhand to play Under-19 I-League. So most of the boys are from Delhi only, and we played well, but unfortunately we didn't qualify for the final round.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Any other question? No. Right. So thank you, Rohit. And I'm actually bit jealous. Okay, he's wearing there, and why I'm there is because I was supporting Barca in that game, and they destroyed the career of all the players in that game. So yes, and I think there's a part of the game that happens, but they put
They'll come back.
Yeah, definitely they'll come back. So player needs to be mentally strong. Okay, and yeah, so it happens in the game, right? So we're going to. I hope you guys are also following our the match talks which we are doing live show, pre-match talks, half-time and the post-match talk on our Facebook and the Instagram pages. So just stay tuned and keep checking on which platform we are doing. So, and thank you so much for joining. You are the great audience, and thank you for staying and doing the workout with us. I hope to meet you next week with another workout, with another player, and you can guess from our teasers, I think. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you for coming and doing exercise with us. Thank you.
Thank you.